Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, and welcome to another video tutorial. Today's topic, cylinders. Finding the surface area of a cylinder. This is gonna be awesome. It's gonna be actually harder too, okay? So stay engaged, stay focused, and let's go. All right. Hey, look, that's a cylinder. See that? It's a three-dimensional shape. A cylinder, what kind of bases does it have? Circles. Right. We're going to try to figure out how to find the area, the total area, the surface area of the circles, but then also this part right here. That's going to be the surface area of this part. Okay? So, how to find the surface area of a cylinder. Okay? Well, this part you guys probably already know. To find the area of a circle, we've discussed this before, kind of sporadically, but to find the area of a circle, it's pi times radius squared, okay? So if I ever want to find the area of any circle, I would take area is pi times radius squared. So whatever the radius is, if the radius is 4 inches, so I'll do 3.14 times 4 squared, or 3.14 times 16. Okay, so that's a review. How to find the area of a circle, pi times radius squared. All right. Now, we're going to try to find the total surface area of the cylinder, though. So here, we would do pi times radius squared, but then you have to times 2, because there's 2 of them. But then we have to find this surface area. Now, this is the more complicated part. But imagine this, see this piece of paper? There's paper on here. What if I just loosened it and peeled it off? What would I have? See, I just kind of wet this down. I wish I did, but it's stuck. It's still glued. But if I just peeled it off, it would look like what? It would look like a rectangle. You would have a rectangle. Do you see that? If I peeled it off? So, and you know how to find the area of a rectangle. Length times width, right? Length times width. So to find this total surface area, you just got to find the area of the 2 circles and then find the area of the rectangle, okay? So here, the surface area of the circles is pi times radius squared, but then you have to multiply by 2 times 2. That's the circle. Plus, we got to find the area of the rectangle. Okay? Well, the rectangle, you need the length by the width. Well, here is the width, which is also the height. So you're going to multiply the height. Okay? But what is this distance here called? Well, remember, that whole thing wrapped around this circle. And what do you call that? The distance around the circle. What's that called? Yes, the circumference. Good job. Okay, circumference. So you just got to give the circumference of the circle as the length. The circumference is pi times diameter, or 2 pi r. That's another way of saying circumference is 2 pi r, which is the same thing as me saying pi times diameter, because notice 2r is the diameter. So now here is the area of the rectangle, the length, the height, by the width, okay? And then you just put all that together, and that gives you the total surface area. Total surface area, okay? So go ahead and just press pause and write this down. Write this down, okay? So you want to find the area of the circle, which is pi times radius squared times 2, plus the area of the rectangle, pi times the diameter times the height. Remember, this right here is your circumference, okay? That's this, which is your length. This is your width, okay? Which is your height, okay. I know I probably lost you, but press pause, write this down, and then we're gonna do a couple problems. Okay, welcome back. So, let's just do this one together. Go ahead, try to solve this one on your own, okay? Press pause, go over it, or work it out, and then I'll come back in and we'll go over it together. But please, just press pause, okay? Go ahead. Okay, listen. Try. If you didn't try, if you just press fast forward and now you're coming to me, you're hurting yourself. Press pause again and try to solve this problem. Okay, let's go over it. Okay, so anyway, to find the surface area of this, remember, it's, let's just not do that. Let's do this. To find the surface area, what do I do here? I don't want to do this. Okay, let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this, okay. Okay, we need the surface area of the circle times 2, because there's 2 of them, plus the surface area of the rectangle. Well, you guys know the surface area of the circle is pi times radius squared, but then we have to multiply that by 2. Okay, so let's just do that all together quickly, okay? So we have 3.14 times, that's 4, the radius is 4, so radius squared is what? 4 times 4, which is 16, and then we have to multiply all that by 2. So this is 3.14 times 16 times 2. Now, one thing I like to do is, I would rather just multiply 16 times 2 first, which is 32, so that's less work. Instead of doing pi times 16, then times 2, let's just do 16 times 2. So now we just have 3.14 times 32. And if you multiply this, I have my trusty little calculator, 3.14 times 32, you get 100.48. Okay, so I get 100.48 for the circles, the 2 circles, the area. Plus, this is the harder part, stay engaged right here. I need the area of the rectangle, which is length times width, okay? You know that, area of rectangle is length times width. What's the width? Well, the width is the height, which is 6. What's the length? The length is the circumference, which they say it's 2 pi r. I like to just say pi times diameter. Circumference is pi times diameter, which is the same thing as saying 2 pi r. So pi times diameter, well, that's 3.14, okay? Times what's the diameter? What's the diameter? Well, the radius is 4, so what's the diameter? 8. And this is going to give you the area. This right here, guys, will give you the area of the rectangle. I have the length, which is circumference, pi times diameter, times the height, which is 6. So let's just do one multiplication problem where we have to work out. So I already know 8 times 6 is 48, so let's just do 3.14 times 48. Trusty little calculator, 3.14 times 48 gives us 150.72. And then I just have to add these together. Okay? So if you got 200, let's see, plus 100.48, and you got 251.2, super good job. Because that's a hard problem. That is a really difficult problem. I'm really impressed if you solved that and got it totally correct, okay? So press pause, and these two go or solve on your own, and we will go over it in class tomorrow, okay? But make sure you try to solve these guys, okay? Because if not, it's still going to be hard for you. But if you keep plugging away, it gets easier. So press pause and solve these 2 problems. And so that's the end of today's tutorial. It went a little bit longer than usual, 9 minutes, not too bad. Hope you enjoyed today's lesson, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow.